हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम टू अर्पिता शर्मा क्लासेस। आप सभी का स्वागत है अर्पिता शर्मा क्लासेस में। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू एनालाइज द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर फॉर 3 नवंबर 2020। आज की क्लास में द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर को हम एनालाइज करने वाले हैं 3 नवंबर 2020 के लिए। And in today's class, we are also going to cover the editorials, important editorials. So out of the 6 to 8 editorials that are featured in the Hindu newspaper, only 2-3 are important as per our syllabus, right? So we have to segregate those editorials, we have to separate them and we have to make notes on them. So let's start the class. Also, here's a small announcement. You can get the PDF of the newspaper analysis on my Telegram channel, Simplifying UPSC with Ease. And I'm also taking a very important class today at 6 p.m. on Unacademy Plus. The class is on the strategy to prepare for GSM 2 in UPSC CSE Mains 2021-2022. How to prepare for GSM paper 2. The class will be live at 6 p.m. today. आज 6 बजे ये class live होगी on Unacademy Plus. It is a free class, free special class. Link to enroll in this class is given below in the description box. Right? Do attend this class. Also, over here you can see here's a very wonderful announcement for all of you. The important judgments of Supreme Court for UPSC CSE, as you all know, are very important for GSM 2. GSM paper 2 के लिए मेंस में judgments जो होती है सुप्रीम कोर्ट की वो काफी important होती है, right? So now you can watch all these judgments for free, explained by our top Unacademy educator Deepika Reddy ma'am, who is also a veteran for Indian polity and governance, for more than 10 years of experience in mentoring the aspirants of UPSC CSE exam. So in the series on important judgments of Supreme Court, she will be delving into the important Supreme Court judgments and she will highlight them from prelims and mains exam point of view, right? So all these classes are free of cost. You don't have to pay a penny for this. It's free of cost. These are special live classes and you can get them through the link which is given below in the description box. डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में लिंक दिया हुआ है, उसके माध्यम से आपको ये क्लासेस इजीली फ्री में अवेलेबल है. So you can join these classes, watch the Supreme Court judgments for free by Deepika Reddy ma'am. The link is given below in the description box. Let's start the class then. The first important news, Supreme Court says EC order, that is the Election Commission order revoking, that is cancelling star campaigner status of Nath. सुप्रीम कोर्ट स्टेज दिस ऑर्डर, दैट मीन्स द ऑर्डर इज बीन पुट ऑन होल्ड. अभी इस ऑर्डर पे होल्ड लगा दिया गया है. इलेक्शन कमीशन हैड रिवोक्ड द स्टेटस ऑफ कांग्रेस लीडर एज अ स्टार कैंपेनर फॉर द पार्टी इन द ऑनगोइंग स्टेट असेंबली बाय पोल्स. सो हियर द क्वेश्चन कम्स, हु इज अ स्टार कैंपेनर? एक स्टार कैंपेनर होता कौन है ये हम समझते हैं, ठीक है. Also, the Supreme Court, it asked who gives you the power to determine who is the leader of the party. इलेक्शन कमीशन ने स्टार कैंपेनर के स्टेटस के ऊपर कैंसिल ऑर्डर भेज दिया था ना, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने पूछा इलेक्शन कमीशन से, आपको ये पावर कहाँ से मिली कि आप किसी भी पार्टी के लीडर को डिटरमाइन करो कि कौन स्टार कैंपेनर होगा, कौन नहीं होगा. हु गिव्स यू द पावर टू डिटरमाइन दिस फैक्ट दैट हु विल लीड द पार्टी? So Supreme Court has stayed the order given by passed by Election Commission right now. Supreme Court ने Election Commission which is maintaining the model rules of conducts, the model codes of conducts for the election procedures etc. for the conduct of polls and election procedures. So Supreme Court has put a stay on the order passed by Election Commission. So now first let us answer the question, who is a star campaigner, because this question is important from GS paper 2's perspective in mains and also for prelims perspective. ये prelims के perspective से भी important है और ये interview के perspective से भी important है. So star campaigner, they are people who are nominated by parties to campaign in a given set of constituencies. Parties इनको nominate करती हैं और ये लोग कुछ constituencies में जहाँ इनको nominate किया जाता है वहां पर ये प्रचार कर सकते हैं पार्टी का. So these persons are in almost all cases prominent and popular faces within the party. पार्टी के ही जो prominent popular faces होते हैं ना, for example मनोज तिवारी जी, right? So they promote the parties in given set of constituencies where they are very popular and very prominent. Now there is no specific definition of a star campaigner according to the law or the Election Commission of India. This is another important point. अगर because statement wise questions are coming in prelims, so they can frame statement wise questions, ठीक है. तो statement wise question बन सकता है, इसलिए आपको ये याद रखना है कि कोई ऐसा डेफिनेशन स्पेसिफिक नहीं दिया हुआ स्टार कैंपेनर का हमारे लॉ में या इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया के द्वारा, ठीक है। एंड अ रिकॉग्नाइज्ड पॉलिटिकल पार्टी कैन हैव 40 स्टार कैंपेनर्स एंड एन अनरिकॉग्नाइज्ड but registered political party can have 20. Another important pointer for prelims कि अगर एक registered political party या recognized political party है तो वो 40 स्टार कैंपेनर्स को हायर कर अपने स्टार कैंपेनर्स के थ्रू प्रमोशन करवा सकती है। बट अगर एक अनरिकॉग्नाइज्ड पार्टी है बट रजिस्टर्ड है इलेक्शन कमीशन के अंदर तो वो पार्टी सिर्फ 20 स्टार कैंपेनर्स को प्रमोट करवा सकती है। Now, the list of the star campaigners has to be communicated to the Chief Electoral Officer and Election Commission within a week from the date of notification of an election. Election जैसे ही notify होता है ना डेट की इस तारीख को elections होंगे, उसे एक हफ्ते पहले आपको इस Chief Electoral Officer को अपने star campaigners की list पहुंचानी होगी. And if a candidate or her election agent shares the stage with a star campaigner at a rally, then the entire expenditure on that rally other than the travel expenses of star campaigner is added to candidate's expenses. तो star campaigner के expense भी candidate के expenses में add कर दिए जाते हैं. So if the candidate is not present at the star campaigners rally but there are posters with their photographs or her name on display, then also the expenditure will be borne by the campaigner only. For example, you are the campaigner, right? And this is the star campaigner. And you are not present on the stage, you are not present at the rally where promotions are going on, but the star campaigner is present, but the posters are also displayed wherein your photograph and star campaigner's photograph is available on the poster, is put up in the poster, then also the expenditure will be borne by the star campaigner only, by the candidate only. The same applies when the star campaigner even mentions the candidate's name. मान लो poster भी नहीं है, for example let us assume that there are no posters with you with the star campaigner, but star campaigner takes your name, urges the people to vote for you, right? In that case also the expenditures will be borne by you. When more than one candidate shares the stage or there are posters with their photographs, then the expenses on such rally or meeting are to be equally divided among the expenditure account of all such candidates. For example, 2 candidates are present on the stage with the star campaigner, or photographs of these 2 candidates are with the star campaigner but they are not present. Even then the expenditure will be borne by the campaigners and it will be divided between 2 equally. Okay, so these fundas you have to revise them and you have to memorize them clearly. ये understanding के ऊपर है, you don't have to cram it, it's on your understanding. Okay, so the election commission, what was the background of this news? That the election commission had revoked, that means cancelled, the status of Congress leader as a star campaigner, stating the reasons as repeated violation of MCC and completely disregarding advisory issued to him. उनको जो advisory issue की गई थी elections के लिए उन्होंने उसको भी disregard किया और model code of conduct भी follow नहीं कर रहे थे. इस बिना पर election commission ने उनके star campaigner होने का जो status था वो cancel कर दिया था. Raising concerns that revocation of his name from the star campaigner list impeded the principle of free and fair and level playing field in elections, Mr. Nath had raised petition against EC order. और इसी के चलते Mr. Nath ने पिटीशन दायर कर दी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में इस ऑर्डर के खिलाफ. सो सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज सेड दैट इलेक्शन कमीशन हैड नो पावर, अंडरलाइन दिस. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन के पास कोई ताकत नहीं है कि वो इस केस को इस चीज को बोल सके कि हम स्टार कैंपेनर की स्टेटस को आपसे वापस ले रहे हैं. ऐसा कोई पावर इलेक्शन कमीशन को नहीं दिया गया. And Mr. Nath also argued that it was the prerogative of his party and not election commission to remove his name as a star campaigner. He said that my party will remove my name as a star campaigner. Election commission has no role to, duty to strike off my name as a star campaigner. He also asserted that Section 71, Subclause 1 of the Representation of People Act 1951, if it is read with guidelines for star campaigners issued by Election Commission, it makes selection or revocation of star campaigners the sole prerogative of the political party. That means it is on the political party to remove the name of a person as a star campaigner, not election commission. If this section is read, अगर इस सेक्शन को पढ़ा जाए तो उसमें भी यही लिखा हुआ है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन का यहाँ पर काम नहीं आता है. यहाँ इलेक्शन कमीशन का कोई रोल नहीं है. पार्टी, पॉलिटिकल पार्टी पे डिपेंड करता है कि वो नाम किसी का स्टार कैंपेनर की लिस्ट से हटाना चाहते हैं या ऐड करना चाहते हैं. ठीक है. So this is very very important point. ये आपको as a citizen of India you should be aware of these facts. ठीक है. तो आज यही point अपने पेरेंट्स को भी समझाना. ऐसे नॉलेज को शेयर करोगे तो आपकी नॉलेज बढ़ेगी और ज्यादा समय तक स्टिक रहेगी आपके पास, ठीक है. सो डू टेल योर पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो अबाउट दिस इशू. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड वेरी वंडरफुल इशू इन न्यूज, राइट. Now the next important news, AG declines consent for contempt case against Jagan. So the Attorney General KK Venugopal has declined the consent to start contempt proceedings against Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy and his principal advisor Ajaya Kalam. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister YS Jagan Mohan Reddy had addressed a letter to the Chief Justice of India complaining about functioning of few judges. This was the issue from where all of this started. तो हुआ क्या था, आंध्र प्रदेश के चीफ मिनिस्टर वाईएस जगन मोहन रेड्डी ने एक लेटर लिखा था चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया के लिए, जिसमें उन्होंने कंप्लेन किया था कुछ जजेस के एक्ट्स के को लेकर, ठीक है, उनकी कुछ फंक्शनिंग को लेकर. सो अटॉर्नी जनरल के वेणुगोपाल ने कंसेंट डिक्लाइन कर दी है कि एक रिटन कंसेंट आई थी कि आप कंटेम्प्ट प्रोसीडिंग स्टार्ट करो वाईएस जगन मोहन रेड्डी के खिलाफ, तो उस चीज को अटॉर्नी जनरल के वेणुगोपाल ने डिक्लाइन कर दिया है. So the former Supreme Court judges argue against the manner of the release of the letter in the public domain, right? And the public disclosure of the letter could have compromised the dignity, independence and majesty of top court and Andhra Pradesh High Court also. So the former judge who raised this complaint against the letter, right, his issue was, his only intention was that such letter, if it is disclosed publicly like Jagan Mohan Reddy ji has done, it will raise questions in the mind of people against the judges who are sitting in the High Court, in the Supreme Court, right. It will compromise the dignity and independence of the top courts in India. The former Supreme Court judge feels that the manner of letters released at a press conference could amount to scandalizing judiciary in the eyes of people by sensationalizing the issue. So this petition was filed by Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay. Okay. So article 121 and 211 have been raised in this case. इसको आपको पढ़ना है prelims के लिए. This you have to study for prelims. Article 121 and Article 211 of Indian Constitution, which expressly bar the Parliament and state legislatures to discuss the conduct of any judge. This is very important. They can ask you in mains paper to critically analyze Article 121 and 211. ठीक है, तो आपसे यहाँ पर ना पूछ सकते हैं कि Article 121 और 211 को critically analyze करें. Also, the Supreme Court in the Ravichandran Iyer versus Justice A.M. Bhattacharjee case has held that complaints against sitting judges should be kept confidential. तो इसके ऊपर भी question वो आपसे frame easily कर सकते हैं. What are your opinions, regarding keeping the complaints against the incumbent judges as confidential or secretive, right? तो आपको अपना opinion यहाँ mention करना होगा. Clear? The next important topic, satellites to detect drug cultivation in Odisha. The Odisha Space Application Center has proposed to help law enforcement agencies detect illegal cannabis cultivation using remote sensing and artificial intelligence technologies. This year in prelims 2020, there was a question on the usage of the application of artificial intelligence technologies. Next year also और उससे अगले साल भी पूछा जा सकता है, because artificial intelligence is booming up in news, right? So you have to make sure that you remember that one of the application of using artificial intelligence technologies is also to detect to help law enforcement agencies to detect illicit or illegal cannabis cultivation. ठीक है, तो ये भी उनमें से एक point हो सकता है. This is very, very important. The proposal is submitted to the State Excise Department, says the high resolution satellite imagery can be used for detecting cultivation of hemp, which is a variety of cannabis. Underline this. So this proposal has been created, why? To create a mechanism for citizen reporting through mobile application. अगर उनको इस तरीके की एक्टिविटी कहीं दिखती है तो मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन का यूज करके OSAC के थ्रू इस तरीके की एक्टिविटीज को रिपोर्ट करा सकते हैं. Also remember that Odisha is one of the leading cannabis producing states in India. Please underline this. It is important for prelims. यही prelims के लिए टॉपिक इम्पोर्टेंट है कि ओडिशा जो है वो इंडिया में लीडिंग कैनबिस प्रोड्यूसिंग स्टेट्स के नाम पर मशहूर है. एंड कैनबिस is widely grown in forested regions of Malkangiri, Sambalpur, Deoghar, Kandhamal, Baud, Raigada, Gajapati, Angul and Naigar districts. Though law enforcement agencies have intensified their raids, it is difficult to trace the cultivation on a real-time basis. For that, this app is being developed. Okay. Now the editorial on nutrition over here, you can see health से related है GS paper 2. This article analyzes the negative impact the school closures have had on the nutrition status of the children, the nutrition fallout of school closures. COVID-19 has exacerbated the problem of child hunger and malnutrition. How? Because of loss of school meals. You must have studied about the midday meal scheme, right? आपने midday meal scheme के बारे में तो सुना होगा. What is the midday meal scheme? Let us understand that first. It comes under Ministry of HRD, ठीक है? And it was launched in 1995 and it was a centrally sponsored scheme. Now the scheme provides that every child within the age group of 6 to 14 years, हर बच्चा जो 6 से 14 साल के age group में आता है, studying in class 1 to class 8, who enrolls and attends the school shall be provided hot cooked meal having nutritional standards of 450 calories and 12 gram of protein for primary classes and 700 calories and 20 gram protein for upper primary, free of charge every day except on school holidays. Now when the schools have been closed because of this pandemic, the students who were gaining access to midday meal schemes, now they are not able to gain that access, because of which the nutritional level in students is coming down. राइट जिस बैकग्राउंड से बच्चे आते हैं मिड डे मील स्कीम को एक्सेस करते हैं, आप सभी को पता है बैकवर्ड बैकग्राउंड होता है, तो उन्हें घर में उस लेवल का प्रोटीन, उस मात्रा की कैलोरीज नहीं मिलती जो मिड डे मील स्कीम के थ्रू उनको मिल रही थी. अब स्कूल के क्लोजर्स होने के बाद, पैंडेमिक के कारण स्कूल बंद हो गए, जिस वजह से वो बच्चे जिनको मिड डे मील स्कीम के थ्रू खाना मिल पाता था, अब वो खाना भी नहीं मिल रहा, वो सोर्स बंद हो गया है, जिसके वजह से उनके न्यूट्रिशनल लेवल्स नीचे जा रहे हैं. The scheme covers all government and government aided schools, also madrasa and maktab supported under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. So you also have to study about this Abhiyan for prelims. Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, what is this? SSA क्या है, ये आपको पढ़ना है, right? This is your homework today. So over here, there has been increasing nutritional insecurity for children. The current situation has exacerbated the problem of child hunger and malnutrition. As you can see, the Global Hunger Index report for 2020 that we discussed, यहाँ पर I button में भी आ गया होगा, right? नीचे description box में भी link है. It ranks India at 94 out of 107 countries in the serious category. We are in the serious category when it comes to Global Hunger Index. It is combination of indicators of undernutrition in population and wasting, stunting and mortality in children below 5 years of age. The report also of the state of food security and nutrition in the world 2020, which was released by Food and Agriculture Organization in partnership with UN organization, it also estimates that in April 2020, at the peak of school closures, 369 million children globally were losing out on school meals, with an estimated of 116 million of them belonging from India. So you can see the number is not small. 116 million एक छोटा number नहीं होता, ठीक है? So there are very large challenges right now that India is facing when it comes to nutritional security. The midday meal scheme has been virtually dysfunctional due to COVID-19 pandemic. Serving hot meals at the children's homes or even at the center poses many challenges in the present scenario right now. For example, in states like Tamil Nadu, there is a good infrastructure for midday meal scheme, but still they are unable to serve the compulsory hot cooked meal during the lockdown. Right? In such a well-established state where infrastructure is also good, there have been fallouts. Right? So this is the issue which has been discussed in this editorial. Okay. Now coming on to the next editorial, reinforcing RBI's accountability. Here the article is analyzing the inflation targeting role which is played by Reserve Bank of India and many fallouts that we have noticed in the inflation targeting role. Right? ये जो role है RBI का inflation को target करने का कि इतने year में इतना target है हमारा, इतने year में इतना, इस role में कुछ concerns और issues देखने को मिले हैं. Right? For example, missed targets. In the last 3 quarters of current financial year, average inflation has exceeded the target remaining above the upper tolerance limit set by center. Center ने जो limit तय किया था उससे ऊपर ही चला गया है, right? Then unjustified arguments which are presented by the MPC. The MPC Monetary Policy Committee in its August policy review has given lack of adequate and quality data as an excuse why their targets were not on, not proper. इनके targets क्यों proper नहीं थे, इसका भी excuse दे दिया कि हमारे पास quality data नहीं था, right? इस वजह से targets हमारे सही नहीं थे, right? So there has been continuous upward trend in inflation, wherein the RBI, the limits provided by RBI have been exceeded by inflation. So these are the issues which are discussed in this particular editorial that you have to read yourself. ये आज आपको खुद से पढ़ना है, ठीक है? मैंने आपको एक ओवरव्यू दे दिया है editorial का, I've given you an overview, you have to read it yourself. The next important news, strategic partnership will aid smooth work in the event of regional crisis. So here this is the interview which was taken of the Australian High Commissioner of India, right? Commissioner to India, right? And he has given his comments on a range of cooperative initiatives on the anvil between India and Australia. India और Australia के बीच में क्या, किस एरिया में, किस सेक्टर में जाकर कोऑपरेशन होने वाला है. फॉर एग्जांपल आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, 5G, रेयर अर्थ प्रोडक्ट्स, ग्राउंड स्टेशन ट्रैकिंग फैसिलिटीज टू सपोर्ट गगनयान. दीज आर द एरियाज वेयर इंडिया एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया आर पार्टनरशिप एंटरिंग इनटू पार्टनरशिप टुगेदर. ये एरियाज हैं जिसके अंदर इंडिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया साथ में पार्टनरशिप करने वाले हैं. ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड इंडिया हैव बीन कोऑपरेटिंग टुगेदर एज कंट्रीज सिंस 1987 only, because most recently India and Australia have also signed bilateral cooperation agreements, right? So it is believed that Australia's participation in the Malabar exercise, which India has accepted, would be built on the mutual logistics support agreement, that is the infrastructure sharing arrangement. Okay, Prime Minister Modi and Scott Morrison agreed to comprehensive strategic partnership, that is CSP, in June 2020, and the CSP it has agreements on various issues. For example, the 5G technology, for example, the artificial intelligence, for example, quantum computing, right? So these are the different issues on which we are entering into agreement with Australia, right? We are entering into a technology partnership with Australia, right? And Australia is also contributing to India's national quantum mission by facilitating partnerships with universities. For example, Australian India Strategic Research Fund, it has been going on for over 20 years. Areas of focus for India's national quantum mission. It is also fundamental science in which partnership is being seen between India and Australia. And Australian agencies and ISRO, Indian agency ISRO, they are also having strong engagement together. Australia has undertaken data collaboration in Indian remote satellites. And since 2013, it has been doing laser ranging for Indian Regional Navigation Satellite Systems, IRNS, जिसके बारे में आप पढ़ते हो. And Australia is also helping us in supporting our Gaganyaan mission, right? So these are the areas where India and Australia are collaborating together, which has been hinted by Australian High Commissioner to India. Now the next important news, Gilgit-Baltistan to be a full province, says Pakistan Prime Minister. So Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan has declared that part of the contested Kashmir region will provisionally become a full province of Pakistan. कल ही मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स इंडिया ने ये बात घोषित की थी कि गिलजित बाल्तिस्तान जो है वो इंडिया का पार्ट है, राइट? पाकिस्तान जबरदस्ती उसको हथियाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. Yesterday only we studied this, that Ministry of External Affairs in India, they have clearly stated that the Gilgit-Baltistan area is a part of India only, right? But over here इधर पाकिस्तान प्राइम मिनिस्टर ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हम पाकिस्तान का फुल प्रोविंस बना देंगे गिलजित बाल्तिस्तान को. पाकिस्तान has also administered the area now known as Gilgit Baltistan since shortly after country's birth in 1947. But India asserts it as an integral part of Kashmir. Constitutional amendment is necessary for any changes to be made. If it is finalized, it would become Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan's fifth province, which was said by Pakistan's Prime Minister. पाकिस्तान के प्राइम मिनिस्टर का कहना यह है कि एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट की जरूरत है. एक बार वो अमेंडमेंट हो जाए तो हमारे पाकिस्तान का 5th प्रोविंस बन जाएगा गिलजित-बाल्तिस्तान. New Delhi has condemned the announcement. It said that if it is done, then it would bring very grave changes to part of Indian territory. And Ministry of External Affairs has also made it clear that India is firmly rejecting these attempts by Pakistan to make Gilgit-Baltistan as their own province, right? Coming on to the next news, manufacturing grows fastest since 2007. India's manufacturing sector actively activity improved for the third consecutive month in October 2020. हमारे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर की एक्टिविटी इंप्रूव हो रही है, राइट. ओवर हियर द हेडलाइन सीजनली एडजस्टेड IHS मार्केट इंडिया मैन्युफैक्चरिंग परचेजिंग मैनेजर्स इंडेक्स, इट इंक्रीज्ड फ्रॉम 56.8 in September to 58.9 in October. October 2020 में इम्प्रूवमेंट देखने को मिला है 2.1% से, राइट. एंड ओवर हियर आप ये भी देख सकते हो कि PMI के ऊपर क्वेश्चंस प्रीलिम्स में काफी बार पूछे गए हैं. सो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट यू स्टडी PMI ओवर हियर. इस न्यूज के अंदर सिर्फ PMI इंपॉर्टेंट है. इन दिस न्यूज यू हैव टू स्टडी PMI. व्हाट इज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग परचेजिंग मैनेजर्स इंडेक्स. ओके. द नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज GST शॉर्टफॉल के ऊपर न्यूज है. ये सेंटर टू ट्रांसफर सेकंड ट्रांच. Finance Ministry has said that it will transfer 6,000 crore as a second set of GST compensation shortfall, which it is given to the states. The transfer is being made under its special window to states for meeting GST compensation cess shortfall. We have discussed this topic in October month also. हमने यही टॉपिक अक्टूबर के महीने में भी डिस्कस किया था. In the second tranche of GST compensation, Center will transfer 6,000 crore to 16 states and 3 union territories, including Maharashtra, Bihar, Assam, Puducherry and Delhi also. The next important news, very important for prelims and GS paper 3's perspective, काफी important है ये वाली news. Traffic Corps of Space. Skylark would be the first dedicated satellite constellation looking at the managing situation in space, such as congestion, threats of collisions and addressing space traffic management. So over here you can see that the North Star plans to provide safe and sustainable solutions through its Skylark satellite constellation, which is designed for space situation awareness. ये जो कॉन्स्टेलेशन अवेयरनेस के लिए तैयार किया जा रहा है स्काईलार्क सैटेलाइट कॉन्स्टेलेशन, it plans to provide information to prevent accidents as number of satellites exponentially increase. It has also received investment. This project has also received investments from Canadian government, the Quebec government, the Telesystem Space and Space Alliance. The project will be launched by mid 2022 and rest by 2024. So this system works on North Star's algorithms to provide space traffic data. Space traffic data provide करेगा ये, right? जिससे कि further जो collision होते हैं planets के, right, asteroids के, ये हम कम कर सकते हैं, navigation services को improve कर सकते हैं, and SSA tracks natural and artificial objects in the orbit around the Earth, and it will predict where the objects are going to be at any given time, right? Each satellite will weigh about 200 kilograms. The constellation of 12 satellites would be put in the space. It would be equipped with optical sensors to monitor the space objects as well. So this was all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's class. I hope आपको आज की class अच्छी लगी हो. If you really enjoyed today's class, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, the link is given below in the description box. You can find out the important judgments of Supreme Court explained by Deepika Reddy ma'am on Unacademy Plus for free. And also I am going to take at 6 p.m. the class on strategy to prepare for GSM2 for UPSC CSE 2021-22. It will be a live class. In 56 minutes it's going to be live. Do not miss this class at any cost. Enroll yourself now. Link is given below in the description box. Thank you.